What's up, everybody? I'm back. Y'all come on in. We'll get started. What's up, Diana? Diana, good evening. I hope you're well. Yeah, I'm doing good, Diana. I just took some time off to chill out. That's all. But I'm good. Y'all come on in. All right, we'll give him another minute, y'all, and we'll get started. I know it's late. What's up, Ashley? What's up, Raw? All right, let's get started. How about that? You know what I mean? We're going to drop this. They'll catch them when they can. I went to go see the movie. I just got back from seeing the movie 21 Bridges. Now we already know 21 is 3, so we're dealing with the higher self, and bridges are pathways. So we talking about the energy in your body. You see what I'm saying? We talking about your meridian system, your spirit. Now the movie takes place in New York, which is funny. uh, they just dropped Black and Blue with the sister Annette in New Orleans, which is a highly spiritual city. So if that was she represented the resurrection of the Medjay. Well, now here we got Chadwick Boseman, and he represents the return of the Medjay. You see what I'm saying? She brought the energy back. She opened the vortex because they brought it out in Scorpio, which is death and rebirth. Well, this Sagittarius. So now we're dealing with the fire. We're dealing with the fierceness, the ambition, the inspiration, the enthusiasm. Right? So, check this out. What's going on with these movies is we have a unofficial trilogy and a fucking official trilogy coming together as one. Because you got Black and Blue, which was the first movie. 21 Bridges is the sequel, and then you're gonna have Bad Boys 3, which is the last of this unofficial trilogy. But Bad Boys has his own trilogy as well, which is a unique combination. So, what is going on with this Medjay energy? This Medjay energy, if y'all know much about the Medjay were the original magical police force in ancient Egypt. They were originally Nubian mercenaries, and as Nubian mercenaries, they worked their way up, and they were so good at what they did. The ancient Egyptians hired them on as a police force to govern the crime that was starting to take place in ancient Egypt. And so they became the first police force. You see what I'm saying? Magical police force at that. They had all types of skills and abilities, psychics, all that. You see what I'm saying? Because we're dealing with ancient Egypt, Nubia. We talking about a spiritual time still. You see what I'm saying? So of course they had their own unique spiritual abilities, psychic perception, and a lot of their abilities were just like the Sharingan and the Sharingan that the Uchiha clan had in Naruto. That's what a lot of their abilities were like. A lot of perceptive abilities, a lot of illusionary abilities, dojutsu, eye techniques. You see what I'm saying? So here we got 21 Bridges now. So we got Chadwick Boseman, who is, we start off the movie, his father died. You always see this in movies. The father died, the mother died, and that represents a rite of passage, a transfer of energy. That's necromancy that you're seeing. A transfer of energy from one generation to the next. Because after you have a child, your energy gets passed on to them because they are now the new living heirs of their particular bloodline and soul line. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you're saying. You're seeing necromancy taking place here. So we start the movie off with what? His father being killed. So his father was Medjay himself, who he was trying to stop some criminals from fucking some shit up. And they was they said in the movie the motherfucker was high as hell, jacked up. So they was jacked up, and he killed two of them, but one of them beat him to death. You see what I'm saying? So they'll go that 3 again. You see what I'm saying? They go that 3. That 3 energy. Now his father only mastered 2 of his 3 glands to fully awaken, because the other gland killed him. You see what I'm saying? So, and what are the 3 glands, the 3 Medjay here? The 3 Medjay, the pineal, the pituitary, and the hypothalamus glands. You see what I'm saying? These 3 glands, once activated, fully reignite your limbic system, and thus your ancient mind comes back online, and you get fully back in tune with your higher self. You see what I'm saying? So, what's going on here? We got some time go by. We see him again as a full-fledged Medjay Knight at this point. Medjay warrior. You see what I'm saying? So he's gained a reputation of being a cop killer. You see what I'm saying? That was his expertise. He was pretty much a soul assassin for the most part. He killed motherfuckers who killed cops. You see what I'm saying? And it's funny, they gave his body count in the movie. He said in 10 years, which of course 10, we got a lot of numbers in this movie. And 10 is the number, as Sufi teaches, is the number of the master, the perfected man, or the perfected God in this case. And 10 equals 1, which is oneness, or the manifestation of the creator. You see that? Because zero is the creator, because that's the original energy. But 1 is the manifestation of the creator, the first manifestation of the creator. You see what I'm saying? Oneness. You see what I'm saying? So what's happening here is he on trial. Because him being a Medjay, of course, he doing shit his own way. He half outlaw and half cop for the most part. Which you seeing this a lot in these movies. You seen this in Black and Blue too. She was a cop, but she still followed her intuition, her inner soul, even as a cop. You see what I'm saying? She's still following her true self. Same thing with Chadwick Boseman in this movie, 21 Bridges. He following his inner self, his inner soul. So they don't give a fuck about the law in certain cases. If it had to be done, shit got to be done. You see what I'm saying? It's just the way it is. That's just how the game rolls. So what goes on next is you have Chadwick Boseman dealing with this court case. And I love the body count. They gave the body count, it was 12. His body count was 12, right? Of course. Once again, 12 is 3. You see what I'm saying? Once again, we seeing a lot of 3 and 10s. Let you know that he was a master at what he did. You see what I'm saying, guys? I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna say he wasn't just a Medjay Knight. He was a Medjay master in this case. Cause everybody looked at him a certain way. When he walked through the room, everybody turned their heads like, oh shit. The master walked through the door. So what happens? We have two criminals, or two criminals who decide to rob this establishment. Now, when they go into the establishment, it's literally, they look for only 30 keys. It's 300 keys. You see what I'm saying? Of untraceable cocaine. You see what I'm saying? So we dealing with cartel, and so of course you already know the cartel is involved and the fucking cops are involved. You see what I'm saying? So the whole movie, I ain't gonna spoil too much of it for you, but the whole movie is about having Chadwick Boseman go on this wild goose chase all throughout Manhattan. Now Manhattan is an island surrounded by ocean. So we dealing with the heart chakra. You see what I'm saying? So of course, Manhattan is the heart chakra in this case. So they shut down Manhattan because these two criminals killed 8 cops. Here we go again. 8 is infinity. They give you a lot of fucking numbers in these movies. So what happens? They shut down Manhattan, which has 21 bridges, which is why the name which is the name of the movie. So what's going on here is they catch the two and kill them. You see what I'm saying? But they come to find out that it was all leading to something. It was up to the Medjay once again to stop these corrupt cops from fucking shit up and doing whatever the fuck they want to do. You see what I'm saying? Because a corrupt cop is nothing but a criminal with a badge. You see what I'm saying? That's all it is. You see, that's all a corrupt cop is. So you see in this current theme in the movies, just like in Black and Blue, she had to deal with her own people. The corrupt cops. You see what I'm saying? Criminals with badges. You see what I'm saying? Villains with badges fucking shit up. And the Medjay has come in to deal with this corrupt energy. Now, what does this represent? These corrupt cops. They represent the manifestation of the corrupt system we living in. You see what I'm saying? Because they are the law enforcement. So they are the enforcers. And what's so explosive about this movie is when they find out what these motherfuckers was doing, it was mind blowing. You see what I'm saying? How they, when old buddy broke down the game of their how sophisticated their drug run operation was, it blows your mind, right? So the precinct is named 85. It's precinct 85, or their particular squad is 85. 8 and 5 is 13. Now 13 is a Masonic number for rebirth, regeneration, and rejuvenation, right? So they tell you it's the return, it's the rejuvenation, it's the regeneration of the melanated one, the melanated force. The Medjay, you see what I'm saying? The Jedi, you see what I'm saying? You're gonna see you're seeing a lot of this symbolism. Then you got Star Wars right around the corner. You see what I'm saying? You're seeing a lot of this Medjay force awakening now, and they showing you this in the movies. Now, when it's all said and done, when he break that shit down, y'all, like this is a little bit of a spoilers. He break that shit down. He said the cops are the ones doing the drug running now in their cars, running around the city, driving, and they're the ones who are the new drug dealers because they can't afford their houses. You see what I'm saying? Because of the shitty pay that the cops get, right? So that was his excuse to become a drug dealer. A drug distributor. You see what I'm saying? They distributing the drugs to they the ones distributing the drugs to the fucking the street guy. You see what I'm saying? The street dealers. Now, this is nothing new, actually. They've been doing this shit since as early as the fucking 50s, 60s, maybe. They've been going into the communities. Cops have been going to the communities for, maybe earlier than that. But I know maybe 30s, 20s, 30s, 40s, somewhere up in there. They've been drug running. The cops have been drug running to the street dealers for years in unmarked cars. You see what I'm saying? That's how the street dealers get their product most of the time. The cops are the ones doing the drug running because nobody suspects the cop to be a drug dealer. You see what I'm saying? That they getting proper calls to. So they show you in this movie like how they've been getting the drugs out to all these communities. And you talking about when the criminals was fucking getting nails, when they was getting their cut, they little piece, which was about 50 kilos, which is 5, that portal, they give you these numbers. They give you this number. They give you the 50 keys. And when the cops showed up, it's like 8 of these motherfuckers. They roll up on the door in the middle of the night. You see what I'm saying? In the middle of the night, they roll up on you, and goddamn, these niggas is literally drug running all over the fucking city. This isn't that new. Cops been drug running all over the country. How y'all think these drugs are getting into the community? The cops are giving the street dealers their drugs. Hell, you can go look that up online. Corrupt cops, FBI, corrupt FBI agents, whatever. Whatever they want to call themselves. LAPD, NYPD. They go by multiple fucking names. Hell, these fraternities are nothing but different branches of the same entity. You see what I'm saying? Like I tell y'all, I think the U.S. Marshal is the last little piece of the energy that's left. You see what I'm saying? So you have these Medjay in the movie taking down these corrupt cops. You see what I'm saying? These corrupt cops. These fucking archonic agents who have been destroying the communities. You see what I'm saying? They literally psychic warriors because they seem to be gifted at what they do in such a way that they gain a reputation like no other. So you going around, you seeing him. He murking niggas. And this nigga, he was a soul assassin. He'll put a bullet in you and don't ask no fucking questions. Chadwick Boseman will. He ain't ask no questions. He murking you and that's it. No questions asked. You see what I'm saying? And they asked him in the fucking cause they put him on trial. And turn it on fast, put him on trial. Like, do you feel any remorse? And just like fucking Bumpy Johnson told us in Hoodlum, remorse only comes when you feel you've done something wrong. Them motherfuckers drew their guns on him, so he protected himself and murked their ass. You see what I'm saying? So that's what's going on here. That's what's going on. So you got these movies showing you the return of this Medjay energy, this Medjay force. You see what I'm saying? You're going to get Bad Boys, which is where the energy erupts in Capricorn. You see what I'm saying? It fully grounds itself in Capricorn with Bad Boys. You see what I'm saying? So they know what the fuck they doing here. They know what they doing here. Believe me. So 21 Bridges, powerful movie. Go check it out. They showing you. You see what I'm saying? That the badge is not what it seems anymore. Of course, we already know that. The people know that, but they showing you in the movies as well that you got these fucking archonic cops fucking some shit up. They running rampant all throughout our communities, fucking shit up. And the Medjay in these movies are coming in, wiping their asses out. You see what I'm saying? They show it to you in black and blue with the sister goddess, the sister Medjay. You see what I'm saying? Now they got the brother in here doing the same thing, fucking some corrupt cops up. You see what I'm saying? So, I can't speak for Bad Boys 3. I don't know what they're going to do in that yet. We'll find out. I'm quite sure. There's going to be some corrupt cops in that motherfucker too. Hell, they can't seem to, they're making the cop corruption a fucking theme in these movies because, number one, on a certain level, they trying to make it seem better that, make them feel better. Make the world feel better, like we trying to crack down on this shit, which in reality they ain't doing shit about that. You see what I'm saying? But on another level, on the metaphysical level, it's talking about energy, the return of this energy, this force, this melanated force. You see what I'm saying? Because it's the black man and the black woman doing the work now. You see what I'm saying? They the main characters. They the ones putting in work, doing what needs to be done. You see what I'm saying? So you seeing this? You seeing this? So you gonna get a lot of this now. The cycles are changing, and you get a lot of melanated people in these movies playing a certain role, archetypal energies. Of course, he was Chadwick Boseman was a Heru archetype. He was a Heru archetype, of course, and they had him hunt down 2 criminals, and they shows you that the only difference between the criminal and the cop in this movie was a badge. You see what I'm saying? The criminal was trying to work with Chadwick Boseman. They popped his ass. You see what I'm saying? They popped him because they didn't need. What happened here is you got sex of villains just like you got sex of fucking heroes. And when some villains interrupt the operations of other villains, they go to war with each other. So this is what you see here. This is what you're seeing. And these cops who were purged, who was pretending, you know, perpetrating like they was good cops, was fucking savages. And they always give you a sob story. So sick of these motherfuckers and they sob story. Oh, we got good cops out here, and we got good cops out here, and most of our cops was almost homeless because they couldn't pay their mortgages and this and that. That's not our problem. That's your justice system problem. You work for a government that only pay you $40,000 a year to do their dirty work. That's no different than goddamn them paying Judas 30 pieces of silver and fucking the Bible to betray Jesus. That's no different. So that's what y'all ass get. They know what y'all worth. Y'all ain't never foot soldiers to them, and they know this. So they pay y'all foot soldier fees just to protect their assets. You see what I'm saying? And y'all getting buried, y'all getting killed and buried for what? To protect this system? It ain't worth it. Well, what Morpheus told us in the Matrix, some of these motherfuckers so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, they fighting to protect it. Y'all are protecting these motherfuckers' assets, and they don't even like y'all. You see what I'm saying? Y'all, to them, y'all just expendable foot soldiers that don't mind fucking your shit up. You see what I'm saying? That don't mind goddamn allowing you to get killed for them. You see what I'm saying? That's what we pay you to do. That's what they gonna say. We pay you to get killed for us. We pay you to take a bullet for us. We pay you to fucking keep our assets safe. You see what I'm saying? That's why every city got a financial district, a downtown area. You see what I'm saying? And every financial center has fucking elite security and warriors to protect their shit. You see what I'm saying? To protect their investments. You see what I'm saying? And they pay them shit. I mean, they pay them nothing to protect their investments, y'all. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And so security a little bit better because, you ain't just running around killing everybody. You just protecting the businesses themselves. But they got cops out here running around the neighborhood fucking people up. You see what I'm saying? Fucking people up. You see what I'm saying? Because they rather you depend on the cops than give you independent power to protect yourself. You see what I'm saying? In the Wild Wild West, everybody had a gun. And they dared you to fucking walk up on their door. Ask me how much killing was going on in the Wild Wild West. Not that much. Not that much. Because they know everybody had a gun. And they know if they ran up in somebody's house, they gonna get their ass popped. You see what I'm saying? They don't want that. They do not want the citizens of the world, every citizen on this planet to be armed and ready. Because if they was to come in and shut this shit down, then they gotta fucking deal with a fucking militia of people. You see what I'm saying? You got to deal with an army of Medjay, and they can't be having it. You can't be having it. Army of Jedi, revolutionaries. You see what I'm saying? They can't be having it. So that's why the police force here in America was invented. You see what I'm saying? See, the original sheriffs was just they protected their city, but at the same time, the citizens had their own guns, and the sheriff was like, "Hey, he broke in your house, homie. You murk a nigga in that time, he broke in your house. Hey, I'm just here to just document what happened and report it. If he broke in your house, you shot him, that's called trespassing, and you well within your God-given rights to murk that motherfucker. That's called self-defense. But they don't want citizens doing that now. They wanna protect you. How you gonna protect 200 million people and it's only like fucking 2 million cops? How the fuck you gonna do that? Yeah, answer me that. That's bad math. That means for every that means like that's a horrible ratio. That's like for every 100 people, there's only like 10 cops to protect you. See what I'm saying? So there's no way possible for them to protect you on this level. So obviously they ain't here to protect you. They here to do what? Police. Or poor lives. You see what I'm saying? Or lease the poor. You see what I'm saying? Or herd the poor. You see what I'm saying? And that's what's really going on here. They're herding the poor. You see what I'm saying? Then you got high levels of that shit. You got the police. Then higher than them is detectives. Then higher than them is sheriffs. You see what I'm saying? What are detectives designed to do? They're designed to detect. You see what I'm saying? Then higher than them, you got sheriffs. What do sheriffs do? Sheriffs govern the county. You see what I'm saying? They look at they deal with the overall county. They give orders to the other police officers. You see what I'm saying? They 5-star. You see, you notice they're different fucking entities, and all the badges are different. Some badges are shields, which I think it's like the Whig Party, who were slave owners, if I'm not mistaken. Then you got other badges, which is 5-star. That's the 5 elements. Now, that's the original Medjay energy there. You see what I'm saying? You know, what sheriffs wore, that's supposed to be the original symbol of the Medjay, the 5-pointed star in a circle. You see what I'm saying? That was one of the original symbols for the Medjay. So they at least carrying some of the original symbolism, which is why you don't see many sheriffs ever getting killed, because they wearing sigils. You see what I'm saying? Then higher than them, you got fucking the U.S. Marshal. You see what I'm saying? You got FBI and you know all them motherfuckers too, the alphabet boys. But then the highest motherfuckers on the list is the U.S. Marshals, and I think that shit is like 7 to 9-pointed star, somewhere up in there. Now 7-pointed star is the 7 chakras. So that's why the higher your fucking badge is, the more protected you are, because those badges are sigils. And what is sigils? Sigils are shapes, that are energetic shapes that allows you to tap into a certain frequency. And that's why it's so hard to kill them. You see what I'm saying? That's why that's why you don't see many cops getting killed. You got a shield, which represents, the regular cops got shields, which represents defense. You see what I'm saying? Self-defense. Of course, a lot of cops are not using that properly, the energy properly. But when they tell you to freeze, and you don't freeze, that gives them probable cause to murk you. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So you know, this you know, freeze is a verbal weapon. Freeze means to stop. You see what I'm saying? And if you don't stop, then they're gonna fuck you up. You see what I'm saying? This is all fucking protocol, as they call it. A protocol is nothing but a series of actions that you take to do a certain thing, to fulfill a certain objective. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on with this Medjay energy. This is what you got. This is what happened in 21 Bridges. But you always got special motherfuckers, like special Medjay, unique warriors, even in their organizations, that they having a hard time taming. And they showing you this in their movies. What they're basically showing you is these melanated Medjay are getting out of control. And we can't do nothing about them. We can't stop them. Hell, they even in our fraternities and sororities. You see what I'm saying? Because, law enforcement is nothing but a fraternity. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It's nothing but an organization that's part of that's part of a series of organizations that patrol and govern to that do work to keep this system in order. You see what I'm saying? So they basically agents of the system to keep this shit in order. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Now security is a little different. You know, it's still technically law enforcement, but they just protecting businesses and shit, which it's not as bad. You see what I'm saying? It's not as bad. See what I'm saying? Of course, they still vibing on that frequency a little bit, but security is kind of like its own entity, because all the other law enforcement don't really fuck with security like that. They work with them when they have to, but they don't really fuck with security. Security is kind of like the outcast of all the other fucking law enforcement groups. You see what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of Jedi warriors like myself work security, because it's like it's law enforcement or the Medjay energy without that killer instinct, without you having to go out there in your community and murk people because that's your job. You see what I'm saying? Now, if a motherfucker break into a entity or organization to kill somebody, they trespass. You see what I'm saying? Anywhere. That's different. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta fuck some shit up then because they literally came into your energy field to fuck something up. You see what I'm saying? That's true and living self-defense there. But shit, cops is not, they say self-defense, but it's patrolling. It's not self-defense. Self-defense means a motherfucker came up to you and attacked you first. But if you had to be dispatched to a certain location to stop something, then that's not self-defense. You see what I'm saying? That's not self-defense. That's self-offense. You see what I'm saying? That's offense. You see what I'm saying? They're actually going out to do a thing. So they got these terms kind of mixed up here. See what I'm saying? They got these terms kind of mixed up in a way. If you gotta be sent out somewhere to do something, you a soldier. You're an urban soldier. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's basically what law enforcement is. Cops, they urban soldiers working for the system to keep the cabal's elites shit intact, in order. You see what I'm saying? Or in this case, we live in America. We gonna just focus on America for now, but it's all over the world. It's a group. It's a law enforcement society on every fucking continent patrolling for these motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? Patrol just a cool way of saying let's ride around and find some shit. You see what I'm saying? Let's ride around and see what's going on in the neighborhood so we can fuck some shit up and get rewarded for it. Now, it's funny. In this society, it's a matter of position. If you're a cop and you patrol the neighborhood and go fuck some shit up, you're a hero. But if you're a criminal and go into the hood and do the exact same shit the cops are doing, you're a villain. You see what I'm saying? You see the irony here? You see the irony? So that's what you're seeing here. That's what 21 Bridges is seeing. They basically telling you, we cannot control the melanated force no more. They after our asses. The dark energy, the melanated energy is back, and we can do nothing about it. It's fucking us up. Cause nowadays, 85% of the police force is corrupt. Well, 95% now, because they've been infiltrated by Ku Klux Klan, mercenaries, all that other shit that they got going on now. So about 95% is corrupt. Only about 5%, Officer John, Officer Mike, that you see riding around the hood all the time, waving at the children, picking them up, running around. You got about 5% of them now that's doing it. The rest of the motherfuckers is stone cold killers. Ku Klux Klan members, mercenaries, assassins, you name it. And they just riding around fucking shit up, as a police officer. And nobody can stop them because they are working for the same entities as the fucking law enforcement. It's a fraternity. They part of a fucking organization. You see what I'm saying? They was once upon a time called Blackwater. See what I'm saying? So this is nothing new. This is what they do. You see what I'm saying? Sheriffs, all the motherfuckers are doing the same shit. They're literally going out, hunting you down, taking you out. So on some levels, they also bounty hunters because they get paid to take you out. They get paid to fucking hear a call, get the information on this person, which is profiling, go out and either arrest this person or assassinate this person. Whatever. Protocol, right? So yeah. And of course, it's funny. The drug dealers and the fucking cops are one entity now. You see what I'm saying? The CIA been took over all the cartels in the 60s and 70s. Y'all know that, right? And they killed fucking 60s, 70s, and 80s. After they killed Manuel and Pablo and all them motherfuckers and locked Griselda Blanca and all them niggas up, they took over the fucking drug organization. They never stopped that shit. You see what I'm saying? They never stopped that. They continued on. And that's what's actually keeping the economy alive, the drugs. You see what I'm saying? Just like Chadwick Boseman said in this movie, drugs will always destroy the people. Always. And forever. See what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on with these movies. This is what you got going on with these Medjay movies. They telling you the deadliest thing to us right now it's the melanated ones. The ones with this dark energy. They gave you the goddess in black and blue, which she had to choose between her true self and what you call blue. You see what I'm saying? Or, their interpretation of truth. You see what I'm saying? But she had to listen to her inner self to find her own truth, and she did that. Same thing in this movie. He was fucking... He also another Jedi Master dealing with the same shit. You see what I'm saying? They was in the South with New Orleans, then New York, then you gonna get Bad Boys, they in Miami, which are three of the most powerful locations in America. You see what I'm saying? Two of those are what I talked about. New Orleans and New York is part of the Pyramid Code that I was telling y'all about in my last lecture. You see what I'm saying? It's part of the Pyramid Code. So, and Miami just is another powerful point as well. But you see what's going on here. So two of these movies took place in these locations. You see what I'm saying? You had the Water Nation, which started off in Scorpio, which is a water element in New Orleans. So they literally matched the energy to the T with that. But then they got you in New York this time, which is Mecca, the Earth Nation. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Which is Mecca. You see what I'm saying? So they put that in the fire sign. Then they're going to take you to Miami, which is part of the Fire Nation. So they reversed it. They mixing and matching the energies now. The fire sign, which is the fucking, which is part of the Fire Nation, which is ruled by the Atlantean energy. You see what I'm saying? But the movies are made in Hollywood. Most of the movies are made in Hollywood. These last two I know are made in Hollywood, which is the Air Nation. Cause that's the mind. Now, Bad Boys is supposed to be made in Atlanta, which is the Fire Nation. You see what I'm saying? So they telling you what it is. This pyramid code shit is real. They doing dirt on these in these areas. You see what I'm saying? They telling you the deadliest motherfuckers is the police. You see what I'm saying? It is what it is. The police is the deadliest motherfuckers. They drug running harder than the drug dealers. Shit, they usurp the drug dealers and they become the drug dealers just to pay their mortgages off. They doing the same shit that the drug dealers were doing, but because they wear a badge, they got an excuse. You see what I'm saying? A badge is nothing but a symbol. You see what I'm saying? It's nothing but a symbol. In this case, the badge is a shield, which is supposed to represent self-defense, which they are doing anything but. Shit. You see what I'm saying? I haven't seen self-defense yet in a cop movie. It's all fucking self-offense most of the time. You see, they show up and tell you to freeze, which is not self-defense. That's self-offense. Know the difference. You see what I'm saying? Now, if a motherfucker come to your house, if they came to the police department and started shooting some shit up, that would be considered self-defense. You see what I'm saying? But go out there and get them before they get me, that's not self-defense. That's self-offense. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Know the difference, people. Know what you're dealing with. Know these rituals that's going on in these movies. This metaphysical rituals. These occult rituals that's taking place here. You got two Medjay movies in a row that's taking place here. You see what I'm saying? That if you look at it, it's all four elements. You see what I'm saying? If you look at it, New Orleans is the water element. New York is the earth element. Those two were made in Hollywood, which is the air element, and fucking Miami is part of the Fire Nation. But the movie was made in Atlanta, which is the fire element. You see what I'm saying? Them all four elements. You see what I'm saying? Come on now. Let's check it out. Shit. Know these rituals that's going on. This is pure fucking ritual. What is a ritual? A ritual is an alchemical process. You see what I'm saying? To make a manifestation happen a certain way on this plane. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? A magical process. A mystical process. You see what I'm saying? Because magic is nothing but mystical mathematics. You see what I'm saying? Using a certain formula, a certain spell, program to get some shit done or fulfill their desires in a certain way. So these motherfuckers operating heavily with this magical shit. So best believe, you better believe what's going on here with this metaphysical shit. And it's funny, they gave him a jump drive, which we already know. The jump drive represents the scroll of truth. with all the fucking information, you know, on that motherfucker, revealing what's really going on. So the scrolls is the throat chakra. You see what I'm saying? But they jump drives now because, you know, we live in our technology is a little bit better than it once was. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So the flash drives are the new scrolls. So that you can hide 8 gigabytes worth of information. 12 gigabytes, 16 gigabytes worth of information. You see what I'm saying? So you always got a bookkeeper or a lore keeper. You see what I'm saying? To maintain your shit. So they show you that in the movie. They had to go to the scribe, the master scribe in the movie. And, you know, he played the role of Ted Hootie. You know, he had all the information stored on a jump drive. And of course, they killed him because he knew too much. You see what I'm saying? So know what's going on, people. Know what's going on. But with that being said, there y'all go. There go that return of the Medjay. Be looking out for it. They let you know that melanated force is back, and they run amok through in these movies. And once again, I tell y'all, in these movies, when you on your shit, when you know you a deity and you know you good at what you do, nobody can stop you. Not even the cops. You see what I'm saying? When you on your path and doing what you supposed to be doing, nobody can stop you. Nobody can stop the sister in fucking Black and Blue. Nobody can stop Chaz with Bosman and 21 Bridges. You see what I'm saying? We know fucking, we already know Will Smith and fucking Martin Lawrence capable of when they get together and do a Bad Boys movie. Yeah, we seen that twice already. so there y'all go. There y'all go. So with that being said, just know your power. You see what I'm saying? Know who you are. That's pretty much what I'm saying here. That's what they telling you. Know who you are, know your power, know your gifts, know your ability, and you're gonna always be protected. With your force is always gonna protect you as long as you honor it and be in tune with it. Your soul gonna always have your back, your higher self. So there y'all go. Any questions? Any questions? All right. Y'all don't have any questions? I'm Marvin Jones. Y'all put the word out. Let your homies and homies know what it is. And I'm out.